and welcome back to my kitchen. This is going to be our first recipe for 2020. So today I'm going to show you a new way I have been making my egusi soup. I was just making this for lunch the other day and I realized I have not filmed this video. So for our ingredients, we will use pomo, goat meat, crayfish, 2 types of vegetables, actually 3 types. We're going to use scent leaf, we will use uziza and ugu, there's egusi, there's palm oil, there's tatashe, there's atarodo, and there's some smoked banla fish. So this is most of our ingredients for this recipe. There are so many ways to make egusi soup. I don't even believe there is a wrong method. I know of at least 6 methods you can use to make egusi and it will taste absolutely delicious. So this is one method for me. I'm just trying to season the goat meat and then I'll put it on the cooker. So I've just put some Cameroon pepper, beef stock, and then onions and salt. So that's all I'm putting. Mix everything together, cover and put on the cooker. Allow it to get tender. Next is the pomo. So this is cow skin. I like soft cow skin and I don't like to boil it with my meat because I feel like it has a smell to it. So I like to boil it separately and then wash it again, then drain the water before I add it to the rest of the food. So I'm just cutting. I like to cook my egusi sometimes with a stew base, and that's why I'm using this method. So this is just tatashe, red bell peppers, and I'm just removing the seeds. If you grind it with the seeds, it will make your soup bitter. I also like to open my tatashe because sometimes, you just see some funny things inside this pepper. There are sometimes I've opened tatashe and I've seen worms in it. So I am always opening them to make sure they're clean, wash it properly, and then we blend. I'm going to add onion and I've added some water so that it blends easily. Now onto the egusi. So these are melon seeds. You can buy them whole or you can buy them already grinded at the market. Why I like to buy mine whole and blend by myself is because sometimes they're dirty. Sometimes they've been peeled by dirty fingers and there's no way to clean it. So I like to wash it with water. When I washed this one, a lot of dirt came out of it, like it was really brown and dirty. So you wash it and then you blend it with water. So I like this method because it makes me feel like what I'm eating is clean. So I don't blend it in the market. So I'm going to add some crayfish as well. I like to blend my own crayfish because sometimes you buy crayfish that's already blended and it has stones in it and you are eating your soup and chewing stone. If you've ever had that experience, you know it is not pretty. Now that the goat meat is boiled, I'm going to transfer it to the oven below, and that's because I don't want to fry it, but I want it to be grilled because I want it to look nice in the egusi, and it tastes so much better than just putting the beef like that. So you can just grill your beef in the oven before you add it to the soup, and it doesn't take long. It took about 10 minutes and that was the time it took for me to make my stew base. In a pot, I am adding palm oil. You're just going to heat this up a bit, not till it is completely smoky, just heat it up a bit, and then you add some onion, stir it together and fry it for just a bit. add some crayfish. This gives it a lovely flavor. Try it. Stir everything together so that the crayfish does not burn. After this, it doesn't take long. You have to add your blended tatashe and pepper. Next, add the smoked panla deboned and put it in the sauce. This is already frozen one. The one I bought earlier, I just use it for display purposes. I already had some in the freezer already. So I'm just putting it in the pot and it's just going to defrost while it is cooking. At this point, I add some salt, some seasoning, and then we add the pomo so that it can absorb the stew, the flavor of the stew. Next, I add the blended egusi into the pot. Mix everything together and make sure you're paying attention to the egusi because it can quickly burn at this stage. Next, I'll bring back the goat meat. As you can see, they are already nicely grilled and they taste so delicious. So it's going to add more flavor to this soup. At this stage, I like to season a bit, so I add some seasoning, which is salt. You have to be careful when you're seasoning your food because you don't want to over salt it, and that's because I still have the stock I'm going to add to this, but because I know the ratio of seasoning in my stock, I just like to season each layer as I go along. So I season the sauce, I season the egusi, and then I'll add the stock at the final part. This is grilled catfish that my grandma sent to me, and I just brought it out from the freezer. It tastes so good. I have deboned it and it is going to add like a lot of flavor. It does not even taste like the normal catfish you find in a market because the way she grilled it is different. So I really like this in my egusi soup. Now I'm adding some of the beef stock from earlier and I'm just going to use it to make the soup more liquidy. I don't want this soup to be runny egusi soup. I want it to be thick. If you want a more runny consistency, you can add some water, but I wanted the kind of egusi that you eat with pounded yam, the type you eat with fufu. The very thick, rich egusi is what I'm going for. So I've added some ugu leaves, I've added some uziza, and I'll also add some scent leaves and some chopped peppers just to give it more beauty. So you want it to look good, you want it to taste nice. You guys, if you've not tried this combination of vegetable in your egusi, what are you even doing? Please try it and let me know what you think. You can see how thick and rich the egusi soup is. It has pomo, it has smoked panla, it has catfish, it has smoked goat meat. This soup was so lovely. You can eat it on its own as a meal because of how thick and rich it is. This egusi soup was so delicious, it finished so fast that very afternoon. If you like this video, please click the like button and subscribe. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.